Okay, so a lot of people think that running up is something specific, running up a credit card or like running up a table at a club or something like that. But realistically, it's just a way of life. Every day, everything you do, you can run it up in. You actually running up a credit card. You got a midterm coming up, so you got to run it up on the midterm. If you're actually running, if you're at the gym on the treadmill, running it up. It's universal. You can use it however you want. It's probably 85% of my vocabulary, to be honest. I'll have Eric, Bryce Cap, talk to me about anything randomly. And I was like, yeah, run it up. And I'm like, what? But it kind of makes sense. So they just go with it. But that's the origin, and that's all I do. That's all I know is run it up. That's all I gotta say. We are most definitely gonna run it up in London. I'm gonna run it up nonstop, run it up until I get back. I just don't stop. I don't stop running.
And the fans still singing like,
I think it was like the girls started dating dude's dad. That's what I thought it was. Not that they were. No, because isn't the Notebook when like they go back in the past or whatever? Wait, yeah. Or they go to the future or something?
Probably been competing for almost a decade now professionally, and I started going to events regularly, I think in 2009. It was Halo 3, and I was professional that year. The hardest thing for me definitely was switching over to Call of Duty. Call of Duty started taking off in Black Ops 2, and Halo was starting to die out. The newer Halo games just weren't as good. So my mom actually told me you might as well give it a try. If it fails or you don't do well, then you can always fall back and finish college, get your degree. But now we're here still. I'm now 25, so I'm still finding some pretty decent success, I'd like to say. And I'm still having fun playing. It's been a pretty long time so far.
Let's go. But yeah, so it's just a bunch of like just different games, like little practice things that you can do. They give you like training programs designed for like whatever you're weak at. You could be weak at like your response time and something, but really good hand-eye coordination. So like go get tests that as you like level up, they get harder. This fucking steak was the nastiest looking steak ever. I don't even know what that is. It's a fucking bean? The fuck is this? That's fucking horrible. Oh shit, we're starting, boys. I only have 3 seconds left. I bet.
I would say I actually have a pretty interesting role. I'm kind of the entry sub alongside with Preston, but at the same time, I'm going at first, but then I'm also rotating and holding the spawns or picking up lanes for the team that need to be picked up, just so it allows the rest of the players on the team to kind of move freely around the map.
I'm pitching. I'm behind both guys' gens. 3 gens, yo, they all turn to me. They're all last 3 gens.
There's not gonna be a lot of positives that come from it. I'm obviously gonna have my games, but I know there's gonna be a lot more games where I don't really perform that well statistically. So I don't even try to look at numbers or anything like that. I just focus on doing the little things correctly and seeing how the game ends. Overall, I'm not that pleased with my individual performance. I know I could still be a lot better than I am, and I know how high my potential is and just where I'm at, but I'm definitely glad that I'm just progressing and getting better, and at the end of the day, I couldn't care less how good or well I think I personally do. As long as we're winning games and doing well, that's all that matters to me.
Dude, let me do me, bro. Let me just do me, bro.
I honestly have no clue where my sense of humor comes from, because I'm probably the only funny one in my family, but really there's no method to the madness, just because I just say whatever pops in my head that I think is gonna get someone to laugh. I try to find a very good balance of keeping everyone's mood in a good spot by, kind of not having as much tension and being as serious as maybe some other players before a match or even in a game. But at the end of the day, when I'm sitting down and my team's about to go up against another team, I'm completely focused, because no matter what, all I want to do is just win.
Wait, Austin, you're not flying with us though, right? 10.5 hours, Sam. You know how long that is? That's 10.5. I can't believe it.
Now let's look at our standings. Cross division is done, so these divisions will be final going into London. And again, you'll see 100T now on top of Division B and Genji on top of Division A.
To be honest, it felt really good to end up with the #1 seed going into London, especially because we know that we're still improving to this day as a team and we haven't reached our peak yet. The gap after the cross-divisional play to London is kind of long. It's a little bit over a month. The meta changes, or just like how you can rotate, change from literally week to week. So having that long of a wait can be pretty hard. It definitely did take us a couple days, I would say, to kind of get familiar with the new teams that were formed in this roster mania.
Good luck with your pool. I just saw him.
don't know if I can say it. I don't think I can show. Good luck.
It's like Gen G, LG, and something like that, right?
No, it's like, I think it's a U Optic rack.
Oh, wait, really? That's
cool.
I don't think we are.
Pretty sure I just saw it.
I would say our pool for London is one of the tougher ones. We have Optic, Reciprocity, and E6. We played Optic at the cross-divisional play, and we beat them 3-0. We also beat Rec 3-0. And the last, I think, 3 times we've played E6, we've won 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. I definitely think we're gonna come out of our group in winners bracket. Mostly anyone would tell you that Optic will come out, but knowing that if they start out slow, E6 or Rec could upset them and come out in winners bracket. As well as us too, to be honest. You know, we can't underestimate any of the teams in our pool. So it could get interesting because there could be like 3-way ties. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
I mean, that's kind of what you want to hear, right? Like, yes, Kenny as Aster MVP candidate, but when we can also say everyone on that team, you know, Slasher, Octane, they're all doing so well. Like, going into London, I mean, they are on fire, and I think obviously they're probably going to carry that on pack.
I would say this is probably the first event so far this year where I am 100% confident. Realistically, there's probably 6 teams that could win London. I don't think it's fair to say that it's ours to lose, especially because LG did win Fort Worth. At the same time, I do think if we play to our potential and execute on what we've been practicing these last couple weeks, that we have a very, very good chance of coming home with the trophy. Obviously, I want to win every event that I compete at, right? But I want to win this event more so for Matt and 100 Thieves, just because there hasn't been a chip yet for 100 Thieves. So I think it would be awesome just to get it for all the fans out there that are supporting 100 Thieves. And I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind it either. You know, if I get another win under my belt. It's just another event for me at the end of the day where I want to win every single one I compete in, no matter what event it is, where it's at, or anything like that.
We gonna run it up in London?
We are most definitely gonna run it up in London. I'm gonna run it up on the flight to London, at the event, probably at Nando's when I'm there. I'm just nonstop running it up until I get back. And then once I get back in LA, I'm running it up again. I just don't stop. I don't stop running. Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right, I think that's good.
You good? Let's go.
How long do I got? Let me just go shout. So shout out John Robinson, the GOAT.
Cue the music. Cue the music.
Shout out Mr. Mud Dog, my roommate, also the GOAT.
Mud
Shout
Daddy.
out Nay. Shout out 100T, all the fans. Shout out everybody worldwide that's running it up right now in this podcast. Even if you're not watching the podcast, you're running up.